Animal Man number 26, written by Jeff Lemire, art by Cully Hamner. So last issue, we had a whole thing where Animal Man was fighting against the Cult of Blood at the Oscars, blah, blah, blah. But the big ending was he got teleported to this seemingly alien planet and is surrounded with a bunch of aliens. So we pick up there. Immediately he's being like attacked / strangled by one of these aliens who's speaking in a way he just cannot understand. Like, it's not even code, it's just symbols. And he's just like, where are we? What's going on? And he starts struggling against the guy, ends up ripping off one of his tentacles, just saying, let me go. Any of you speak any English? What's going on? And then all of a sudden there's a rumble and a roar behind them. And we see this giant, and as best I could describe it, is dark side-like figure, but he's got like huge horns on him. Is coming down and is basically about to, he does actually stomp on one of them. We see this yellow alien runs up and throws a punch looking like a hero. And then he like has a falcon like shape around him. It looks like he's accessing the red, but then immediately this dark side looking beast just bites him in half, completely kills him. And Animal Man just looks at all the other aliens around him like, all right, let's run. So they start running towards a nearby cave. We see that Animal Man is about to get grabbed. He calls up the like power of a wolf in order to outrun it, and he instead taps into something else, something unfamiliar, but he uses it to kick this thing and he ends up breaking its finger. So he gets into the cave with the other aliens, still can't talk to any of them, but he's like, okay, that was weird. I tried channeling a wolf, don't know what it was, but regardless, what's going on? One of the other aliens start talking. He's like, all right, let's see if we can do this like via communication somehow. And he's like, look, we're going to work together. He outstretches his hand, offers it to him. The other alien like grabs hold of it and he's like, all right, cool. Actually, you look a little bit like Swamp Thing. I guess I'll call you like Space Thing. That makes sense. So he starts talking about his daughter and saying like, yeah, I was originally with my wife. I was looking for my daughter. And then all of a sudden the rumbling starts again. The dark side beast crashes in through the roof of the cave and just immediately incinerates everybody. All the other aliens are dead except for Buddy. So Buddy makes his way out. He runs and hides behind a boulder and he's like, okay, the red isn't working the same as it normally is. I need to tap into something to be able to fight this guy, but what could be strong enough to beat him? And he's like, wait a minute. Of course, that's right. Him. He's part of the web. He's part of the life web. I can tap into him. So he taps into the same alien race that this guy is, uses that strength, throws the boulder at him, and just straight through his head. 100% dead. So Buddy is now the last one left alive, and all of a sudden he hears a voice behind him saying, very good, Earthman. And we're introduced to this creepy-ass looking alien who says that his name is unpronounceable, but he is called the Bridgewalker. And Buddy is immediately like, hey, hi, Mr. Bridgewalker, glad you can understand me. I need to get back to Earth, like, now. My wife and daughter is in danger. And Bridgewalker's like, hey, Buddy, look, I've watched you for a really long time. I'm lived alone here. This is the Seed planet. You have proven yourself to be the best candidate, so I need you to become the next Bridgewalker. And Buddy's like, what? What's a seed planet? What the hell are you talking about? And he's like, yep, nope, everyone else died. It's up to you now. And Buddy's like, I'm going to pass. I just want to get home. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. You don't understand. I am the Bridgewalker. Like, basically we get this whole new lore that's, Buddy gets a little bit upset that he's not like being listened to, but then Bridgewalker just lays it all out. And he says, look, the green and the red are the parliaments for Earth. They are in control of the green and the red for Earth. However, there are millions of planets out amongst the universe. Each of them have their own parliaments of the green and the red, and the rot too. All of them exist on all these different planets. Wherever there is life, these parliaments end up finding a way. The seed planet is essentially like the source of it all. It is the bridge between all of them, the rot, the red, and the green. And he taps into Buddy's mind to show him all this. And he's like, yeah, it's like a living moon. Regardless, it's the center of it all. But out there in the universe, things are out of flux. Things are crazy. Red's taken over in some places. Green's taken over in others. You, as the Bridgewalker, need to defend the seed planet because the seed planet is weak when things are out of whack. And if the seed planet dies, all life in the universe might very well die as well. So that's your task. And he's like, yep, and I'm old. I'm dying. I don't know how long I have left. I'm going to train you as my apprentice and you will take my place. And Buddy's like, no. And Bridgewalker's like, I'm sorry. Did you just say no to like ultimate cosmic power? How dare you? How dare you? And he starts like attacking Buddy. And Buddy fights back like, look, I've got a family. I'm a father. I'm a husband. I can't just abandon them all right now. And Bridgewalker goes on just like, you don't say no to the Bridgewalker. You don't say no to the seed planet. And then finally he's like, all right, yeah, okay, since I was paying attention to you, I did notice that your family was in trouble, and also something funky's going on with the red on your planet. And he's like, right? I know, that's what I was taking care of. Look, I need to get back there and take care of that. And Bridgewalker's like, I'd love to, but like, I could die any day now, and I need someone to be here to take my place. And he's like, all right, look, how about this? Send me back, let me go back. As soon as we're done with that, you can pull me back here. I will take your place and I will be your Bridgewalker. I will defend the seed planet. And Bridgewalker's like, seriously? You're making a deal? Like, you want to do this? And he's like, yeah, and it's a totally ironclad, totally a promise. I will, let me go back, fix what's red, save my family, and then I'm yours again. And he's like, all right, fine, fair enough. You can go back and help your family. But he's like, oh, thank God, I didn't think that would work. He's like, but I am going to pull you back here when I think it's my time. That could be tomorrow. That could be a year from now. You won't have a heads up on that. And there aren't going to be any more deals. But he's like, all right, yeah, I understand. So at that point, he passes over a little mini seed. It's called the God seed. And he's like, yeah, your body, your human body's not enough right now to carry on what it takes to be the Bridgewalker. So go ahead and eat that and it'll just start prepping your body. It'll give you incredible power of the red from all over the galaxy. And he's like, all right, sure. Do I have to? He's like, what did I say about no more deals? He's like, okay, fine. So he swallows the pill, and then Bridgewalker's like, great, fantastic. You're now evolving into something more. Get on back down to Earth, and I'll see you here soon. So he sends Buddy through the red, back to Earth's red specifically, and he lands inside where the Parliament of Flesh was. But of course, they're all dead. And as he looks around, he's like, oh, geez, the totems, what happened? What's going on? And he looks up and he sees the last surviving totem. And he's like, I did it, buddy. I killed them all. And now I'm going to kill you too. And your little red-headed brat. You're about to become extinct. So, all right, let's just take a second to analyze the implications of what we just got here. So, Buddy, Animal Man, not the avatar of the red, but the champion, I guess if you want to call it. He's now the central point of saving all life in the universe because of the Bridgewalker. We just introduced this concept of there is a central point of life for all of the universe. And I guess that makes sense because obviously the parliaments don't give a crap about like what happens to Martian life? What happens to like life out on all these Green Lantern planets? So it makes sense that there is oh, and that's the other thing I forgot to mention. All the other aliens there, they were all other candidates. They were other champions of the green and the red from their respective planets. But it makes sense. Like that's the thing I like about this is that despite the fact that it's a big swing, it's well thought out in terms of like what we've already established in the lore of, yeah, there would be other parliaments on other planets. That would just make sense. So yeah, no, I'm down with it. I think it's an interesting idea. I am curious to see, because this book only goes up to issue 30, I think. Not even. It's before that. So I'm curious about whether or not we're going to get any sort of resolution to that in this book, or if it's going to be something that's explored elsewhere at a later time. But yeah, I mean, it's a big swing. We'll see how it works out. But all in all, I'm in favor. So I'm going to give this one, I'll give it an 8. I really do enjoy it. I think it's a solid issue. A little bit confusing at times, but they laid out the lore interestingly enough that I want to see more of it. So 8 for this.